Hello everyone, it's a great honor to have this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Xiaotong Chen, and I am studying Master of Computing at ANU. Now it's time to introduce VPC to you. First, what is Amazon VPC? The VPC's full name is Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, a network architecture that allows users to create a logically isolated section of the cloud within a cloud provider's infrastructure. Second, why use the VPC? VPC is based on these 5 pillars of the AWS framework to provide customers with better services. Now it's time to introduce elements of AWS VPC. I will introduce several features from these 7 elements later. Now I will introduce 2 important elements. First is CIDR. CIDR is an IP address allocation method that improves data routing efficiency on the internet. Each VPC has 5 CIDR blocks and cannot overlap. AWS reserves 5 IPs per subnet by default. The first 4 IP addresses and the last IP address in each subnet CIDR block are not available for user use, and each CIDR block should reserve more IP addresses for further use. Second is subnet. A subnet is a subset of the VPC CIDR block. At the same time, the CIDRs of the subnets cannot overlap. The following diagrams show 2 VPCs in a region. Each VPC has public and private subnets and an internet gateway. Then I will introduce more details about subnets. Subnet IP address range has IPv4 only. Those stack contain IPv4 and IPv6 and IPv6 only. We always follow the following diagram to set the subnet's IP addresses. It contains 3 IP address range. Subnet types has public subnet, private subnet, VPN-only subnet, and isolated subnet. The advantage of this subnet type division is that it can protect the nodes of the intranet. The diagram includes 2 availability zones. Each has a public and a private subnet. Use a private subnet to protect AWS resources. Use an NAT gateway to provide internet access to resources, such as EC2 instance in a private subnet. It's time to introduce 3 important elements. Internet gateway. It allows instance in the VPC to communicate with the internet. If it has a public subnet, must have an internet gateway. Route table. The VPC comes with implicit route table, so user can use the route tables to control the direction of the network traffic. Security group. A security group is a virtual firewall used to control network traffic. The following diagrams provides an overview of the resources included in this example. The VPC has public and private subnets in 2 availability zones. Each public subnet contain a NAT gateway and a load balancer node. The server runs in the private subnets and receives traffic from the load balancer. The server can connect to the internet by using the NAT gateway. Next is how to implement a subnet for VPC. Please follow the flowchart. First is open the Amazon VPC console, then choose and create a subnet, then choose VPC ID, choose availability zone, then edit the route table, such as adding the needed route, and the last is to create a subnet. Now, I want to introduce AWS VPC's customer use case. Netflix, a famous company, uses numerous AWS services. Some important AWS services that contain sensitive data, such as Amazon RDS and Amazon S3, are deployed in VPC. The reason for deploying in VPC is that it has 4 benefits. First is agility. A VPC gives user full control over the network size alone, with automation to scale resources up or down whenever required. These resources can be scaled dynamically in real time. Second is security. VPC lets users use multiple layers of security, including security groups and network access control list, to have control access to Amazon EC2 instance in each subnet. The third is hybrid clouds are easy to deploy. It is relatively easy to connect a VPC to a public cloud or on-premises cloud architecture via a VPN. The fourth is improved performance. Cloud-hosted websites and apps generally perform better than those who host on on-premises servers. Now it's time to summarize what I introduced before. Take a look at what I have listed and think or understand or not. Thanks for your watching.